Ruby's been working on the buffalo hide series for at least a year. I think we focus on the buffalo because it's gotten the most attention, but actually the buffalo only started this process. The idea of the blue buffalo started with just like her describing what the buffalo gives us. Actually, it started with this little sketch right here.
The reason why I chose the buffalo is because it had everything on here, the bones, the hide, the meat, the butter, and what all we used on here.
All those thoughts and ideas just came from her, and so we just wrote it down in our sketchbook. A lot of the entries that we have in the sketchbook are really personal to her, so when you read them, they kind of are just like little ideas and little thoughts that she's had. A lot of them always referring back to like the buffalo and all the things and the gifts that it's given us. And the star blanket, she mentions it's very briefly over here to how the buffalo's life and the human life intersects. Like the Venn diagram that goes there. Obviously, I just drew this Venn diagram. In fact, all of the writing here that you see is mine, just because I would just transcribe everything that she would say to me, just because I thought it was all so important. So we could always go back and look and see if there's anything in there that she wanted to bring into her pieces or represent in her art. So then we got to drawing this buffalo, and she was really frustrated about some of the lines that she was creating. Had a little bit of a shake to her hand, and she wanted to practice it. And so for 2 weeks, we just started doing line work and practicing using our body's center of gravity for us rather than against us. And so she took everything that she learned in this process, and that's why I like this painting so much, is because it's all process. There's nothing formative about it. It's just lines. It's just her learning and her getting better and her getting stronger and her learning about her body and the way that she controls her paintbrush. But then we came back to this painting here. Her line work just changed. It transformed. You know, she has a shake to her hand. And that's okay. That's what makes her art different from everyone else's. Actually ended up being one of the most meaningful pieces to me because it just shows her growth. Her final piece that she did for this series was the blanket, the star blanket. And I just think it's so interesting that now she just wants to do those blankets. But what she taught me about the star blanket was just like, it's a gift. It wraps people, keeps them warm. It's creator's eye in the sense that it keeps a watch over the person you gift it to. And when she talks about giving this gift, this star blanket that she created to her partner Jesse, it was the first time she ever really talked about giving it away and sharing it with someone else. It just showed me the evolution of who Ruby Walker was to where she is now today. In gentle teaching, you've got that third pillar, loving, and it just shows her loving someone else because she wants to give them that star blanket. I mean, her work exemplifies and helps elevate anyone's work. It's a first step. It belongs. It's important. I think that's one of my favorite parts about any one of the artists who are here. They all belong, and I think that's what the studio's intention was in the first place.